Superstars, how's it going? This is Coach Wood, and we are ready, locked and loaded for another great episode, you guys, of content for you. This is something that we definitely thought about today, what we're going to bring to you. But before we get into the content, we got to do our housekeeping as usual. So if you're joining us for the very first time, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood. If you've been rocking with us, thank you for stopping by as always. Love you guys, and this truly makes it worth it. Whenever we can help just one athlete, one football family, that makes it worth it for me. So this is where you can find me, Coach Wood, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, you guys, telling you the truth. Telling you the truth about this industry and how to navigate this thing, because I wish somebody would have helped me navigate this thing through key moments. There were key moments in my football career when I could have handled things better, or I could have been more savvy, or I could have been more prepared if I knew what was coming. So we don't want that to be you guys. I came from a football family and still feel like I got chewed up and spit out, you guys, and don't want that to be you. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. We are, I think, like 28 people away, you guys, from being at 1,000 subscribers, which is wild. Truly been working hard to serve as many people as possible. So if you could hit that subscribe button, if you could share with as many football families, coaches, athletes, as you know, that would be huge as well. Also, check out the description box, because we've got some special resources for you football families down in the description box. But let's get into today's topic, you guys. Always trying to bring something practical. Always trying to bring something practical to you guys. And this should be really practical. So today's topic, you guys, is what does it mean when a college recruiter, when a college coach doesn't get back to me? What does it mean, as the kids would say, when you're getting ghosted, when it seems like you're getting ghosted? What does that mean? Does that mean that they are absolutely not interested? Does that mean that that you made a mistake? Maybe you were in contact with this coach, and then all of a sudden, it just things dropped. What does it mean when a coach isn't getting back to you? Well, that's a great question, you guys. And the first thing I want to tell you is college coaches, college recruiters, GM, player personnel people, they are some of the worst people. They are some of the worst people ever for getting back. They are some of the worst people for follow ups, you guys. It's almost like a plumber. It's almost like some of these service industry, and maybe it's just a manly man thing. I know sometimes that, a family member may call me. I may not get back a friend right away, and things get busy, especially if you got a family as well. So I just want to, first and foremost, let you know that 9 times out of 10, you guys, it's not personal. Even if it becomes business, where they're not reaching out to you because they don't need your services, or they decided to go in another direction, it's business, it's not personal. Business isn't personal either. At least it shouldn't be, or else you're not doing good business. So it's not, don't take it personal. I know we live in a day and age, and I remember how I was when I was in high school. You think that if someone's not getting back to you, that they're not feeling you. You're dating someone, or you're trying to date someone, and they're not calling you back. Our human emotions, that doesn't feel good. So our human emotions tell us it's a negative, tell us we're in the red. It tells us that we're going in the wrong direction. And in today's day and age, and even back in the day, if it was a relationship and somebody's not getting back to you, you're applying for a job, somebody's not getting back to you, in typical world, it's not good. So, on one hand, I can understand an athlete being nervous, being down and feeling down and out because, maybe I really like that coach, or maybe I really like that school. I wanted to go to North Carolina, or I wanted to go to Texas Tech or Colorado, my alma mater. And we were talking, and now we're not talking anymore. So, or maybe I reached out, and it's on red. They never got back to me, even from my initial contact to you guys. So, a lot of times it's nothing against you. Coaches just aren't the best with follow up. They really aren't the best with follow up. There's some that are better than others. Now, with that being said, I want to tell you two things. If they're not getting back to you at all, then obviously at the given time, and times change, seasons change, at that given time, you're probably not at the top of their priority list. And to be honest with you guys, it's very few recruits that are at the top of a coach's priority list where they're just going to get back to you no matter what. They're going to pick up on first, second ring. It's very few recruits that ever get to that point with the coach, especially a head coach. Dan Lanning isn't dropping everything for a recruit. There are very few that he's doing that for. The position coaches at Oregon, at USC, there's very few. They're dealing with recruits. They're dealing with recruits depending on the season on a daily basis, or they're talking to the player personnel in the recruiting department about recruits almost on a daily basis, depending on what time of the year it is. But for them to just drop everything, for them to get back to you as soon as you contact them, whether it's text, DM, or phone call, or email, or for them to just always be timely, it's rare. There's very few recruits that are going to get that treatment. Now let's move to if they're not contacting me, does that mean it's over? I've been in the recruiting game for a very long time. It's 20 years for me. And then plus, keep in mind, I went through this thing as a player. I know, and I can be a little bit more thick-skinned because I've been in the industry for a while. I do this for a living. I've helped probably 1,000 plus kids help get to college now. So I'm not as emotionally tied to a coach not getting back right away as some of the athletes are, as some of the parents are. I've seen it all, you guys. I've seen an athlete be contacted by a school, not hear from a school for 6 months, and then get a full ride scholarship to a Division I FBS school. I've seen it all where literally contact on a weekly basis, and then and this is probably, we're thinking like July, August before the season, and then nothing, you guys. And then all of a sudden, hey, is he still available? We want to offer. We need to know. So I've seen it all. I've seen coaches that said, hey, we're full. We got back to a kid. Maybe they didn't get back to you right away. They finally got back to you. And they said, hey, we're full. Thank you. We did love your film, but for whatever reason, we're going in another direction. And then a week, 2 weeks, a month later, they're calling that kid back. So I've seen it all, which allows me, and I've been in the game long enough, which allows me to take my emotions out of it. But for you athletes out there, just because the coach isn't getting back to you today does not mean he's not going to get back to you tomorrow. It does not mean he's not going to get back to you in a week or two. Sometimes there's timelines in place. So I know that you guys get a little nervous when maybe you have to make a decision on another school. I understand that. That's real. That's practical. You need to have someone to help you talk through things, to help you filter decisions, to help you decide if you should wait or if you should move on. But a lot of times, you guys, it's not that they don't want to get back to you. I think we underestimate how much these coaches have on their plate. We underestimate how many people are reaching out to them, just like you, that they have to filter through. We underestimate what they have on their plate for their coaching duties. I just talked to a coach that had a mental health crisis with the kid. So he basically, outside of spring practice, he basically cleared his schedule to help the kid and also calm down the mom and her emotions. So he had put everything on the back burner. I'm a dear friend with him. He usually picks up first, second ring if he's available. And we didn't talk for a week. And then when he got back to me, he said, "Hey, I'm sorry. This is what was going on." Sometimes they have extra things placed on them from the team where there's an extra team duty. Now they got to go run and check classes or something like that, or come up with some prep for spring ball. And it's taking a lot of their time. So, as athletes, I get it because we're eager. Patience may be a little small, and we're looking at maybe other people's lane and seeing what they're getting. And we're saying, my timing's off. Now the coach isn't getting back to me. And then in our head, we start thinking of all the negative things. But keep in mind, you guys, what the Weekday Huddle's all about is about also framing your thinking in this industry and prepping you guys for what you guys may find in this industry. So it really behooves you to root your confidence not in a coach getting back to you, but root your confidence in you really feeling like you're a ball player and really feeling and having the faith that yours is coming. Because if you root yourself in that type of mindset, then that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get on your doorstep. If you root yourself in, these coaches aren't getting back to me, this is negative, it's not going to happen for me, then guess what? The universe, God, whoever you believe in, that's what they're going to serve you. They're going to serve you lack because your thoughts are lack. So if you really believe that you're a dog, if you really believe your opportunity is coming, if you're working with someone like Before You Go Pro, where we're telling you kind of what to expect, the tea leaves, timelines, then you can be more confident, you can be more assured, and your emotions can be more sturdy. But this is business, okay? And just because they're not getting back to you today doesn't mean they're not thinking about you, doesn't mean they're not talking about you. A lot of times things have to be ran up through multiple levels in staff members. So it could be that the coach saw your text, he saw your DM, your phone call, your email, and he was planning on getting back to you, but then something popped up. Or he was planning on getting back to you, but he didn't get the word from the big man yet. He didn't get the word from the head coach or the linebacker coach or position coach that roster spot is available. So he doesn't want to reach out to you and say, hey, I don't have the information, or hey, it's not going to happen, because maybe he doesn't know yet. So he's going through his checkpoints so that he can get back to you. So keep those positive emotions and those positive thoughts out there. They're going to get back to you. They're going to get back to you. And if they don't, that's their bad. We always, as competitive athletes, kind of keep a little mental checklist, a mental hit list, and we're always cordial. We're always cordial. We're always assuming that something's going on. So, and we're taking the positive route. So if I'm reaching out to a coach and I've been needing them to get back to me, this is live, this is real time, because we've got some coaches like this. If I'm reaching out to a coach and I need him to get back to me, or I'm hoping he gets back to me, everything about that interaction is going to be positive. It's not going to be, what's up, coach? How come you're not getting back to? No. Everything's going to be positive. Everything is going to be with a human assumption that maybe he forgot, maybe he got busy, but he does want to talk to me. So it's, hey, coach, I know you guys are busy with spring ball, just wondering X. Or, hey, coach, hope all is well. I know you've been busy, but this, give them the benefit of the doubt. Give them the benefit of the doubt, because they're human beings too. So if they feel good about their interactions with you, or they feel good about how you're messaging them on their phone, then they're going to remember that. All right. So keep that in mind. Also, do not bombard. Do not overwhelm. They saw it. They saw your message. Usually a Tuesday, a Friday, those are usually good days to reach out. But they saw it and yours is coming. So don't think that just because they didn't get back to you, it's a done deal, you guys. I've seen it all. There's been plenty of times where they've been busy or some things had to pan out, and then they get back to you and you get the great news that you want to hear. So stay positive, keep reaching out, but once again, don't bombard. Time it. Keep in mind these people are human. Just like you're dating, trying to date the girl. If you blow her up, she's not gonna like you. If you blow her up, she didn't hit you back and you blowing her up, she's not gonna like that. Same thing with the coaches. Be mindful. And we have plenty of content surrounding this with Before You Go Pro, or if you just want to reach out for some questions, we're here for you. So hopefully that helps you out. Don't worry about it. Don't get emotional. Try another coach and make sure that you follow up, because the fortune's in the follow up, baby. I'm Coach Wood. We'll see you at the top.